You have been told to share your goals so others can support you. But what if I told you this is the greatest trap of the week? Today, we uncover why sharing your ambitions is the surest way to see them destroyed before they are born. In this lesson, we will solve one of the most dangerous misconceptions of modern self-improvement, the belief that speaking of your goals brings you closer to them. No, such talk only feeds your ego, dulls your hunger, and alerts enemies who wait in silence. Let us begin. Understand this with clarity. When a man announces his ambition before it has taken shape, he exposes it to the world like an infant placed upon the battlefield. It is fragile, unfinished, unguarded. And in this state, it can be struck down with nothing more than laughter, doubt, envy, or quiet interference. To reveal your goals is to open the gates of your kingdom before your walls have been built. Imagine two generals preparing for war. One shouts his plans through the marketplace, proud of his intentions, believing confidence alone will inspire victory. The other general studies maps in the dead of night, his strategies known only to the moon. The first general gains applause from the crowd, yet the enemy learns his every move. The second gains nothing but silence, yet his enemy meets defeat before they realize a war has begun. So it is with goals. The moment you speak them aloud, you announce your battlefield, your strategy, your desired glory. And once the world knows your aim, it can aim back. Not all sabotage appears openly. Rarely will someone declare themselves your opponent. The most dangerous adversaries praise you with one hand while quietly pulling the foundation from beneath you with the other. You might share your dream with a colleague, expecting support. He smiles, nods, offers encouragement. Yet the idea festers in his mind. He begins to ask himself if he could do it instead. And perhaps he does. Perhaps he does it first. Perhaps he does it better, or simply convinces others that you copied him. Your ambition becomes his ladder. Even friends may sabotage without intending to. There are some who cannot bear to see another ascend beyond them. When you speak your goal, they feel the distance between you begin to widen, and to close it, they do not attack you directly. They simply introduce doubt in soft tones. That seems difficult. Are you sure you're ready? It might be safer to wait. You don't want to risk failing. These are not insults. They are chains disguised as concern. If spoken repeatedly, doubt becomes internal. And once doubt grows in the mind, the goal begins to wither. The enemy no longer needs to act. You will sabotage yourself. Then there are those whose sabotage is unthinking. Those who simply talk. Once your goals enter the mouths of others, they are no longer yours. People share them casually, exaggerate them, interpret them incorrectly, or turn them into spectacle. Your goal becomes a story for others to discuss, rather than a mission for you to complete. When too many eyes watch a seed, it does not grow faster. It dies under the pressure of expectation. But sabotage does not only come from others. The most subtle destruction comes from within yourself. When you speak your goal, you receive a taste of the admiration you hope to earn from achieving it. The applause comes early, the praise is premature. The mind, foolish and easily deceived, interprets admiration as accomplishment. You begin to feel as though the goal is already partly complete, simply because others know of it. This false satisfaction drains your hunger, and hunger is the fuel of achievement. A lion who believes the kill is already his does not chase the prey with full strength. This is why those who speak of their ambitions early often fail, not due to lack of ability, but lack of urgency. They have spent their ambition on words instead of actions. Their triumph existed only in imagination and discussion, and when the time to act arrives, they find they have already consumed the joy of victory before lifting a single sword. Furthermore, when your goals are known, your failures are also known. Every stumble becomes public spectacle, every delay becomes gossip. Every struggle becomes proof for others that you aimed too high. The ridicule of others becomes a weight upon your shoulders, yet it is a weight you willingly invited by announcing your climb before you reach the mountain's peak. Silence is not secrecy for secrecy's sake. It is strategy. Silence protects the mind from doubt, the ambition from imitation, and the mission from sabotage. It allows you to build power unseen. It gives you the advantage of surprise. When others do not know your intentions, they cannot interfere, cannot anticipate, cannot prepare against you. Consider how great works are accomplished. The cathedral is not announced when only the foundation is poured. The sculptor does not unveil the marble when it is only half-shaped. The general does not summon the king to the field before the victory is certain. The wise builder works quietly, and then, when the work is complete, he reveals something undeniable. Power grows best when it is protected, and the greatest protection is silence. The world is full of eyes that watch, ears that listen, hearts that envy, hands that take, and tongues that speak. To reveal your goal is to invite all of these forces into the chamber of your ambition. Some will cheer, many will doubt, a few will obstruct, and even one is enough to slow your progress, shift your focus, or convince you to abandon your pursuit entirely. Therefore, do not reveal your goals in their infancy. Let them grow roots beneath the soil where no one can reach. Let them strengthen in darkness, developing form, purpose, and inevitability. And when they are ready, when they stand firm and undeniable, then, and only then, as a completed force, do they enter the light. There exists a subtle poison that destroys ambition more effectively than failure ever could. It is not defeat that stops most men. It is praise. The moment a man declares his goal and receives admiration for simply having the desire, his mind begins to taste the sweetness of victory long before any real battle has been fought. And this, more than any enemy or obstacle, is what dulls the blade of his determination. Understand this deeply. The human mind is primitive. It cannot differentiate between the praise of intention and the praise of achievement. When you say, "I will build an empire," and the crowd applauds your boldness, your brain releases the same satisfaction it would feel if the empire already stood. And once that satisfaction is tasted, the burning hunger required to accomplish the task grows weaker. The applause becomes a false crown placed upon an empty throne. Let us observe the behavior of men. When someone shares a great ambition, people respond with admiration. They say, "How inspiring, you are brave, you are destined for greatness." And the ambitious man, still at the foot of the mountain, begins to feel as though he has already climbed. His chest rises, his pride swells, his pace slows. He has received the emotional reward before the physical victory, and once rewarded, the body sees no reason to push further. This is why the greatest generals did not discuss their plans, why the most cunning rulers did not reveal their strategies, why the most successful builders did not declare their designs. They understood that before the triumph, all praise is poison. There are many who dream loudly, declaring, "I will become great," yet never lift a stone to lay the foundation. They are addicted to the idea of themselves. They love the fantasy of glory more than the labor required to create it, and because the world praises dreams more than discipline, they remain trapped. The praise becomes their prison. But observe the one who works in silence. He does not seek approval. He does not crave recognition. He does not desire applause. He labors with relentless discipline, unseen, uncelebrated, unpraised. And when his work is finally revealed, it shocks the world. People call it sudden, they call it overnight, they call it genius. But in truth, it was simply accomplishment without premature reward. This is the difference between dreamers and achievers. The dreamer speaks, is praised, and stops. The achiever acts, is silent, and succeeds. To receive praise too early is to eat the feast meant for the end of the journey at the beginning. Once full, why continue walking? The hunger that pushes a man to endure hardship, sacrifice, and risk is delicate. It must be guarded. It must be preserved. It must never be satisfied until the victory is real. Consider the warrior who boasts of triumph before battle. The crowd cheers his courage. He raises his sword with pride, yet his pride blinds him. He underestimates the enemy. His guard weakens, and when the moment of combat arrives, he bleeds, not from lack of skill, but from lack of vigilance. His pride became his wound. So it is with goals. When you speak of your aspirations and others commend you, the danger is not that they doubt you, it is that they believe in you too easily. Their belief becomes a substitute for your effort. Their approval replaces your struggle. Their admiration becomes your reward, and you stop moving forward because you have already received what you were unconsciously seeking: validation. True ambition does not seek validation. True ambition seeks completion. The wise understand that the road to achievement is long, lonely, and silent. They do not require applause to continue. They are driven not by admiration but by obsession. The fire in their chest does not weaken when ignored, it grows. But the one who thrives on praise is like a candle flame in the wind. The slightest shift extinguishes him. Look around at those who constantly speak of their goals. They thrive for a week. They talk at length about what they will do. They post it, announce it, write it, celebrate it, and then, slowly, they fade. The fire goes out, the motivation disappears. The plan is abandoned, not because the goal was impossible, but because the early praise stole the hunger required to achieve it. Praise must be earned after achievement, never before. The most powerful accomplishments are born in silence. They grow where no applause is heard. They develop in the dark, where hunger sharpens the mind and adversity strengthens the will. Only when the work is complete, when the path has been walked, when the battle has been fought and won, should the world be allowed to witness the result. And when they do, the victory will not require explanation. It will speak for itself. Power does not grow in the open marketplace where every eye watches and every ear listens. Power is cultivated in silence, behind closed doors, in the hours when no one is observing. The greatest advantages in life come from being unseen until the moment your action is unavoidable. For when your intentions are hidden, no man can block them, no rival can anticipate them, and no enemy can strike preemptively. Silence is not merely the absence of speech. Silence is a strategy. Silence is a fortress. Observe the nature of influence and authority. The ruler who speaks of his reforms before implementing them inspires resistance. Those who fear change rally together. They protest, they plot, they obstruct. His plans collapse, not because the reforms were weak, but because they were revealed too early. But the cunning ruler changes the laws quietly, shifts alliances without announcement, replaces advisors without reason given, and when the world finally notices, the new order is already established. By the time they realize what has happened, there is nothing left to oppose. So it is with personal ambition. When a man works loudly, broadcasting every step of his progress, he alerts the world to his path. Competitors take notes. Rivals adjust. Even those who do not intend harm may copy his methods or attempt to reach his destination first. The world does not wait politely for your success. If you reveal your direction, others will travel faster to prove they could arrive before you. But the man who works in silence moves without resistance. No one knows where he is going, so no one can block the road. No one knows what he is building, so no one can steal the design. His progress may be slow, but it is uninterrupted. By the time others notice, they are already behind. The most valuable decisions are forged in secrecy. Not secrecy born of fear, but secrecy born of intelligence. To be predictable is to be vulnerable. When others can anticipate your moves, they can weaken you before you even act. They can sow doubt, diminish resources, lure you into traps of distraction. But when your intentions are veiled, you can move through the world like a shadow, felt but not touched, present but not grasped. The silent man is not empty. He is focused. Consider the sculptor who works behind a curtain. People pass by the workshop hearing only the faint sound of chiseling. They imagine, they speculate, but they do not know. Only when the curtain is removed do they witness the statue, perfect and undeniable. Had they seen the statue midway, rough, incomplete, unformed, they would have laughed, doubted, criticized, or interfered. They would have ruined the sculptor's confidence or demanded changes that served their taste rather than his vision. The same applies to your dreams. When your plans are incomplete, they are vulnerable. They can be broken by criticism, reshaped by opinion, stolen by opportunists. But when the plan is finished and the result stands strong, the world no longer has the power to corrupt it. Power gathered quietly grows deeper roots. Like a tree, it takes time to develop a foundation underground before the trunk rises into view. The greater the ambition, the deeper the roots must grow. And the deeper the roots, the more silence is required. The fool shouts his intentions from the balcony, believing attention itself to be victory. But attention is a flame. It burns quickly and leaves nothing but smoke. The wise man is content to be misunderstood, underestimated, ignored. He does not trade his future triumph for momentary acknowledgement. He understands that the judgment of others has no value compared to the reality of achievement. There is strength in being underestimated. When others believe you are harmless, unimportant, unthreatening, they do not guard against you. They leave doors unbarred, plans exposed, weaknesses visible. To be underestimated gives you the freedom to move unchallenged. To be silent is to appear small while becoming great. Those who learn to work unseen possess a weapon more powerful than talent or intelligence. Control. They control the narrative, because no narrative is revealed until the outcome is already determined. They control their emotional energy because it is not wasted on explaining, justifying, or defending themselves to others. They control their time because they answer to no one's expectations or opinions. Silence grants freedom. Freedom grants power. The world is filled with noise, constant announcements, empty declarations, plans spoken into the air with no discipline to support them. Do not join this chorus of premature voices. Let the world speak while you move. Let others broadcast their intentions while their ambitions decay in the light of attention. Let others explain themselves while you progress without interruption. When silence is mastered, your accomplishments arrive like thunder, sudden, unexpected, unavoidable. And yet, they will not be sudden to you. You will have known, quietly, patiently, that the moment was coming. Silence allows victory to be inevitable long before it is visible. When a man speaks his goals aloud, he believes he is merely sharing his aspirations, yet in truth, he is placing his dreams into the hands of others, hands that may twist, reshape, steal, or poison them. A goal once spoken is no longer your own. It becomes a floating idea, influenced by every voice that hears it. And where many voices gather, purity of purpose is lost. Understand this: goals are most vulnerable not when they are attacked, but when they are influenced. Imagine a merchant planning a new venture. He shares his idea with a trusted friend, seeking support. The friend listens, nods, and smiles. But as the merchant speaks, the friend begins to see profit, opportunity, power. The idea, once belonging to one man, now belongs to another mind as well. Perhaps the friend does nothing, perhaps he simply watches. But perhaps he takes action first. Perhaps he speaks to someone wealthier, someone faster, someone more cunning. And the merchant awakens to discover that his goal has already been accomplished, just not by him. This is the theft of ambition, and it happens quietly without confrontation. Even when others do not steal your idea directly, they reshape it. They influence it. They contaminate it with their fears, their doubts, their limitations. A man who speaks his goal opens the door for others to tell him how it should be done. Suddenly, the path becomes crowded with opinions. You should do this. You should not do that. Aim smaller. Aim safer. Aim more realistically. And slowly, almost imperceptibly, the man's original purpose begins to bend. A goal misshaped is often worse than a goal abandoned. You begin to walk a path that is no longer yours, chasing a destination that no longer reflects your true desire. You become an actor in someone else's script. And when you finally arrive, if you arrive at all, you may find that the victory feels hollow because the purpose was no longer yours. People do not need to sabotage you intentionally to destroy your direction. Influence alone is enough. Consider how craftsmen learn their trade. The apprentice works under one master, so his style remains consistent. But if 5 masters attempted to teach him at once, each with different methods and philosophies, the apprentice would not become skilled. He would become confused. He would not produce a masterpiece. He would produce mediocrity shaped by conflicting instructions. The same principle applies to your goals. A goal shared among many voices becomes diluted. It loses sharpness, clarity, identity. The more a man speaks of his plans, the more they begin to belong to the world, and the less they belong to him. Soon, he no longer knows if the dream is his own, or the echo of others' expectations. Once spoken, a goal can also be weaponized. A rival may pretend to encourage you while subtly steering you toward failure. You must take great risks, he says, knowing the risk will break you. Or he may advise caution, knowing hesitation will cost you the moment. The tongue is a blade that can kill without drawing blood, and the most dangerous strikes are delivered in the form of advice. People will tell you what they want you to believe, not what will help you win. They may praise your ambition publicly while ridiculing it privately. They may raise your hope only to enjoy your fall. They may listen to your plans not to support you, but to calculate their own advantage. And once you reveal your path, others gain the power to position themselves on it, either ahead of you or against you. Even admiration can become a trap. When others express belief in you, you begin to shape your actions according to their expectations. You no longer pursue the goal for your own fulfillment, but to satisfy the image that others have of you. You become imprisoned by your reputation, serving it rather than your true ambition. In this way, influence becomes manipulation, not because others seek to harm you, but because the human mind is not strong enough to remain untouched by repeated voices. A man who hears enough suggestions begins to believe them. A man who hears enough doubt begins to feel it. A man who hears enough praise begins to seek it instead of results. This is why the strongest leaders speak little of what they intend. They allow no external force to steer their purpose. Their goals are held internally, protected from corruption. They refine their plans through action, not conversation. They understand that clarity grows in silence and becomes fog in discussion. Your ambition must be yours alone, born from your desire, shaped by your reasoning, executed by your discipline. To share it is to weaken it. To discuss it is to expose it. To seek feedback is to invite interference. Some men appear powerful because they speak loudly of their intentions, but loud goals are glass. They shatter under pressure. Quiet goals are steel. They forge under fire. The world can only manipulate what it knows. Keep your purpose hidden, and no hand but your own can direct it. Keep your path concealed, and no enemy can stand upon it. Keep your ambition silent, and no rival can preempt your victory. Victory is not merely the result of strength or strategy, it is also the result of timing. And the most powerful victories are those that strike without warning, without announcement, without giving the world time to prepare a defense. When your actions appear suddenly, like lightning from a clear sky, you gain an advantage that no amount of planning or discussion could ever provide. Surprise is the blade that cuts deepest because it leaves no time to raise a shield. A man who reveals his ambition too early forfeits this advantage. The moment others know what he intends, they begin to react. They anticipate, they prepare, they fortify. Every step becomes slower, heavier, more difficult. It is like attempting to breach a castle after the guards have been alerted. But the man who keeps silent approaches the fortress while everyone sleeps. He opens the gates without resistance. This is why silence is not passive, it is strategic. It is the art of positioning. The world respects results far more than intentions, and the most respected victories are those that appear inevitable only after they have occurred. People are astonished, but they cannot deny what stands before them. The architect of such a victory seems almost supernatural, not because he possesses magic, but because he never revealed his plan while it was vulnerable. Consider the nature of the hunt. The predator does not roar before it leaps. It observes from the shadows, moves quietly through the tall grass, and strikes only when the prey has no chance of escape. To announce your goal too early is to roar before the leap. You give warning, you grant escape, you weaken your own hand. Many fail not because their goal was impossible, but because they destroyed the element of surprise. They alerted their rivals, their doubters, even their friends, who, without meaning harm, spread the idea through conversation, and soon the path is crowded. The competition increases, the moment of opportunity closes, the advantage dissipates. When you work in silence, your progress is invisible. Your growth is imperceptible. Others assume you are idle, when in truth you are preparing. They underestimate you, and underestimation is one of the greatest shields a man can possess. When people believe you are incapable, they lower their guard. They reveal their weaknesses. They allow you to move freely and unthreatened. Then, at the moment of your choosing, you unveil what has been developing quietly all along. The effect is stunning. The world is caught unprepared. This is how empires are built. A ruler does not declare his expansion until the borders have already shifted. A general does not announce his attack until the enemy is surrounded. A strategist does not declare his outcome until it is already decided. If you speak of your moves before making them, you invite the world to interfere. If you act first and speak later, you dictate the outcome. Silence allows you to accumulate strength. Every day you move quietly is a day where others are unaware of what is growing. Your discipline compounds, your skill sharpens, your resources gather, and when the time comes to reveal your work, the difference will be so vast that competition will be futile. People admire sudden greatness. They call it talent, luck, destiny. They do not see the years of unseen effort, and because they cannot see the build-up, they cannot imitate it. When your success is quiet in its creation and loud in its arrival, you secure not only victory but mystique. You become a figure others speak of with respect because your methods cannot be tracked, measured, or copied. The wise understand that attention is a currency. To spend it before success is to buy nothing. But to spend it after success is to amplify power. When you reveal your accomplishment only after it is complete, the world is forced to accept it. They cannot question its legitimacy because it is already real, already standing, already undeniable. You do not argue for your vision. You simply demonstrate it. There is no power greater than achieving something the world believed impossible. while the world was watching elsewhere. Act first, declare later. This principle has turned unknown men into legends. It has allowed small forces to overthrow giants. It has allowed quiet minds to reshape the world. The victory that comes without warning strikes the deepest awe into those who witness it, and awe is the root of influence. People follow what astonishes them. They admire what surpasses expectation. They respect what arrives without seeking permission. Your ambition is not something to be debated or displayed. It is something to be built. Every moment you spend speaking of it is a moment lost in constructing it. Every explanation weakens your position. Every announcement invites obstacles. Those who achieve greatness move like ghosts, unseen until the moment they stand in full form. When your actions emerge before your words, your success becomes absolute. So now you understand. The destruction of ambition does not come from lack of talent, nor from fate, nor from the strength of your enemies. It comes from the moment you allow your goals to escape your own mind and enter the mouths, opinions, and judgments of others. When you reveal your intentions, you awaken rivals. When you accept praise too early, you disarm yourself. When you seek approval, you surrender direction. When you allow influence, you lose ownership. And when you strike without surprise, you forfeit advantage. Greatness is not spoken into existence, it is built. It requires hunger unsoftened by applause, will unbroken by doubt, discipline untouched by distraction, and silence that guards purpose like armor. The world does not need to know what you are building. Not yet. Let them sleep while you sharpen your blade. Let them laugh while you lay your foundation. Let them doubt while you gather your power in the shadows. Because when the moment comes, when your work stands complete, when your victory is undeniable, the same mouths that questioned you will fall silent, and the same world that ignored you will have no choice but to watch.